All right, here we are on Jonesing for Wins. I'm here with
Yeah.
Ethan.
Can you imagine? I can't imagine like jonesing for a win. I can't even imagine a win right now. Who did you pick for your worst team last week?
So that's on my list of things to talk about. I picked a team that actually won, the Browns. Uh,
Yeah.
we also said Seattle would be pretty close to one of the worst teams. They won. You picked
Yeah.
somebody that lost, though, but not by much.
Who did I pick? I think I picked the Atlanta Falcons.
You did pick the Atlanta Falcons, and they
Yeah.
oh they lost, but they should have won.
Eh, eh.
I, but I don't know if I could call them the worst based on what we've seen. I think I know who might have been the worst.
Hey, did you know the Colts had their best start since 2013?
I did not know that. Did you know the Giants
Yeah.
are for the first time they're over 500 in 5 years?
That's crazy. Yeah,
So
the Colts had their best start since 2013 and they didn't even win.
we've got that going for us. So we said some things. We said that Tom Brady was going to start slow. He did. He did start slow. He still won. We said that they're going to miss their tackle more than we would. Eh. I thought the kid did pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think we missed our tackle that much. We missed a lot of other stuff.
Yeah,
We missed open receivers. We missed. Go ahead. I'm sorry to keep
that's right.
running
No,
here.
we said that the big difference. You said there was going to be a big difference in the score. You were correct, but in the wrong way. You said
That's correct.
31-21. It really was not even that close. I said it'd be close, but Dallas was going to win, and I said it was going to be 27-24. I was wrong on both counts. It was nowhere near close. We said in order to win, Dak needs to complete more passes. We saw that. That was, I think, pathetic. And I don't. He was awful. The receivers
Terrible.
were terrible. So
Terrible.
we got that. We said that we'd have to drop less passes. That didn't get handled. They dropped
Nope.
on that one. I just made that just there. That happened. We said that you were animate that the Cowboys had to have less than two holding penalties.
They didn't.
No, they didn't. I don't think they could keep a drive going without two holding penalties.
Terrence still had. I feel like two holding penalties in 3 plays.
I think Tyrone was holding on the sidelines, but hey,
Oh man,
or Tyron, I'm sorry. We said that Micah Parsons had to be real. He was real.
he's real. Yeah, he might be the only one.
Trayvon Diggs did well.
He did fine.
You
Yeah,
said that they need to abandon the running game. They did.
yeah, they did.
I think he had 5.3 or 5.5 yards per carry. I think he only had 10 runs. Why? 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 Why is it when Dallas comes into a place and they start doing something that works, they say, let's try something else. This is too easy. I want to do what's not working. I want to show them we can throw the ball. If they're going to stop Dak and we're running it and we're succeeding, we are going to throw the ball. Why? Why
I,
can't we just stick with what works?
I've got nothing for you, man. You know who had the longest run of the day for the Cowboys?
It would have been what's his name? No, I don't know. Was it?
Dak Prescott.
Oh, I did not know.
Did is it true that Julio Jones had more rushing yards on 2 carries than the Cowboys had?
It's quite possible. How many yards did Julio have?
I don't know. I think it was actually more. He had more yards on 2 rushes than what's his name? Not Zeke, but the other dude had
Tony Pollard.
the whole game. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing surprises me. Running works. We'll abandon it. So I don't know. I was happy with the defense for the most part. I mean,
Oh, I wasn't.
they were out there all the time. Listen, they stopped him on third often. There was less
So
penalties on defense than there were on offense. Go ahead.
so the same thing, time after time after time after time for years, even with regime changes. You know how to beat the Cowboys? Run up the middle because no one's going to tackle him.
We don't like
What?
tackling.
What in the like? How is that even possible? That is infuriating to me. It
We
so incredibly infuriating. Like just to watch it every time. Just hey, here you go, Leonard Fournette. Just crawl through that hole.
Leonard
No one will
Fournette.
even touch you.
Didn't he just about give up on football? Remember when he was drafted, he was like worthless. But hey,
Man,
we can make anyone look good.
we can make anyone look good. That is true. Yeah. I'm ready to get to the glory hole.
Okay, I know you.
That's all I've been thinking
I'm
about.
sure you are.
That's all I've been thinking about since halftime.
Give me some
You
glory
know when I
hole.
started thinking about it? You know when I started thinking about it was when they did that like quadruple reverse that lost 16 yards.
Yes, I know. Yeah, why? Why do we have to
Oh,
be tricky? Why?
well, I don't mind being tricky like later on in the game when it's tricky, but like right in the beginning of the game, that was stupid. You know what it said? It said, "We know our receivers suck and aren't going to get open, so we're going to try whatever we can right here at the very beginning."
And it's our own fault because we did nothing to replace what was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
We let two receivers go, two
Mm-hmm.
good receivers. One was in our reserve, and we let him go. He could have
Uh-huh.
started this year. I think he did start.
Uh-huh.
What we do, we believe that we're better than anyone else.
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, Houston. Houston is he's a. How many teams do you think he would be playing for if the Cowboys released him today? Would anyone sign him?
There might be a college team.
Did you know that he existed prior to this
I
game?
didn't actually. I thought Jalen Tolbert was going to be playing, and he didn't even. He was an active scratch, which I
Who?
mean, I guess he could have done better than
Hey,
anyone.
we like active scratching third round picks, don't we? Wasn't Terrence Hill, that Hill guy, Tyron Hill or whatever, the defensive
Oh
tackle,
yeah, yeah.
the time as a third round pick? And then what about who is that white kid with a I with a bunch of vowels at the beginning of his name? Ionesca or
I don't know. I didn't know who he was. I didn't recognize him. Oh well, that was
like
maybe we should have watched the preseason. We said we weren't going to watch preseason because we are never going to see these people play, and there they are all over the place.
I guarantee you, neither
How many,
if Cowboys release them, there's not a team in the league that would pick them up.
how many times during the game did you say who?
Yeah, every time during the game.
Yeah, it was
And then Cooper Rush, we cut like I got to think through this to make sure I'm right. We cut Cooper Rush,
on the
correct?
practice squad. Yep, we cut him and
And then
signed him to the practice squad.
and no one picked him up.
Same with Brett Maher.
But no one picked him up, right? Like no one was like, "Oh, Cowboys cut Cooper Rush.
Too.
We could use a third string quarterback."
We
No one did that, right?
we still have Greer.
Yeah, but I don't care about Greer because what I care about right now is
I don't care about him soon.
Cooper Rush is our starting quarterback, and no one even wanted him for a third string quarterback on their team, and he's our starting quarterback.
Yeah,
But he's going to be thrown to Houston and
we
some other white guy that no one's ever heard of in their life.
yeah
I don't even think that guy's mom. I bet you that guy's mom was like, "Wait, is that Jamie? Is that my son out there playing? Oh, he played football." And Dad's like, "He doesn't play football." Well, there he is on the screen.
Yeah, I don't know. They probably didn't even recognize him.
They
Who?
probably thought he played a club sport. He probably played a club sport in college, the club football team. And they're like, "How did he get? How did he?" He's always getting himself into stuff like that. Oh man,
He's that guy that can just walk on and just I'm here. I think they'll take anybody though. Seriously, a friend sent me a meme with Jerry Jones on Twitter saying tweeting that
hearing
everybody with a Cowboys jersey please show up on Sunday for us.
no kidding. And if he hears bells, they're in. You know.
Yeah. So yeah, that was awesome. You want to change your thoughts on what the final record's going to be? Because you had them down as 11-6, and I had them down as 12-5.
9-8.
I'm going to go 8-9. I don't think they win. I don't even know if 8-9.
Well,
I don't even know if they can make 8-9.
9.
Huh?
They have to win if they get to 8-9.
I don't know if they can win 8 games. They may not get to 8-9. I should have been more clear.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They're trash, but I'm still gonna say 9-8 because if I go lower than that, I won't watch a game the rest of the year.
What's
So
the
I
point?
have to give myself some hope.
What's the point?
Yeah,
Why are we
I hear.
watching a game? Like,
I,
why is that? I almost put a bag on for this. I almost put a brown paper bag on with a little frowny face and a star on the top with two eyes
the little,
cut out. Yeah.
the
No,
little,
no, no, not a glory hole.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the reason we watch the game is for the beer now. So already,
Is for the beer, you said?
yeah,
I'm good
yeah.
with beer. So, all right, so we didn't actually talk about it. I don't even know what your thoughts would be. I know where my thoughts are for the glory hole.
Oh, are we jumping to it
Oh,
already?
we are
Okay.
because this game was so pathetic. I don't even feel like talking about it.
Yeah.
You told me you could text for hours, but you were going to save it for the podcast, and I could have done the same. But the problem is, this would be a 6-hour podcast on how pathetic this game was.
So
So,
okay,
yeah,
so, so we can discuss openly
we
who we think
discussed
the glory
openly who we think the glory. For the record, you said it was going to be Dalton Schultz, and I thought it'd be Zeke, and I think neither one of those players falls into that category.
will play.
Dalton Schultz played. I think he played. I think he was our second best receiver under Noah
So he,
Brown.
so he had like what 1.5 catches.
Noah Brown caught. Noah Brown did okay. I mean, I'm not saying he did great, but at least he did something.
I seriously do not remember Dalton Schultz. I thought maybe he was involved in like that
No, he had
4-time reverse play because usually we like to end that with
oh
the
tight ends in those things. Yes.
Hey, so let me start from the beginning.
hmm
Uh, our super returner isn't,
Right.
but I can't give that dude.
A lot of credit.
Uh, I can't give him the glory hole award.
No.
I thought about giving that guy who held on the
I,
kickoff a glory
oh.
award, but I didn't want to do that. I thought about giving it to the fans, the Dallas Cowboys fans, for not booing loud enough. I feel like they should have been booing much louder than they were. I wanted to give it to Chris Collinsworth just for his voice
Oh,
and be like, dude,
damn,
you're
that was horrid.
wrong with
What?
your voice.
Hey,
Come
what
on,
I
you.
think we should do. Go ahead. That was my terrible Chris Collinsworth scratchy voice.
So I wanted to give it to the defensive line.
Right.
I hated them. I wanted to give it to just pick a wide receiver. CeeDee Lamb made me mad when it bounced off his hands at the beginning, and then he threw up his hands like,
Dropped
"Oh,
pathetically. Yeah.
like yeah, it's third down. You always miss it." Last year, I bet if we ran the tape back last year, I bet he had at least 6 drops on third down.
We can look it up. I'm not going to right now, but we can.
That's another glory hole candidate. As much as it pains me, Dak is a glory hole candidate.
I agree.
Dak played horrific. Now, I don't know. The one thing I don't know is were any of the receivers where they were supposed to be? Because I did see him chewing out one of the guys, being like, dude, you've got to like get open. So I don't know if
Sure.
they're doing that.
It's
But
possible.
the easy one for me, is Mike McCarthy, especially after he shaved. I was like, what is
Thank
what
you. What? Yeah. What was that? That was horrid.
that was it looked like a naked mole or
It
something
was,
crawled out
it
of
was
the
weird.
hole.
He looked like somebody that I recognized, and I couldn't put
Yeah,
it together, but it was
it
creepy. And now you could see he talks out of the side of his mouth more. Like
looked
I
like
didn't notice that before.
If Puxatawny Phil got shaved completely. If like Puxatawny Phil
Kind of disturbing.
fall down a little hole during the winter, got alopecia, came crawling out, and he shows up and he's all naked and the sun's shining on him and turning him red, and he's like, and he's trying to lotion himself up at the same time. That's what Mike McCarthy looked like. Could give it to him, but he's got plenty more chance. Well, hopefully not, but he's got plenty more chances this year to win one. So it comes down to me between two people for me. I want to give it to Mar just because he's Mar, but the two people that I have here are Terrence Steele.
I thought about Terrence Steele.
Terrence steal my heart? No, because he never had it. That dude sucks
Well,
so
you have to steal
bad.
it to get it. That's the idea of stealing. You didn't have it, you
How many
stole it.
who false starts twice in a row when you're at home?
Terrence
I do.
Steele.
Terrence,
Yeah.
2 false starts, 2 holding penalties, giving up sacks.
Yeah. I called him Knight earlier. I had the wrong name. We used to have a Knight. That's
Who was the baby running back behind Zeke again?
Tony Pollard.
Tony Pollard. I thought about him too, just for a little bit, because like how guys just ran right past him and hit whoever they wanted. So anyway, but Kellen Moore is also my nominee. So for me, it's between Kellen Moore and Terrence Steele.
So I wanted to give it to Dak very badly. I I was pissed off just
Yeah,
watching. I was. It was like he didn't even. It was like he
he had never
didn't
played.
practice. It was like he exactly. It was like football. Like he was horrible. He couldn't throw it. He couldn't. I
And
I wanted to give it, and Kellen Moore was good because how many throws did we throw downfield? Did we throw downfield? I mean, I don't know. Can our receivers get downfield? I don't even
are
know
you
who they
allowed
are.
to?
Huh?
Are you allowed to?
I don't think the
Are you
Cowboys
allowed to
are.
have forward
There might be a
passes?
new rule for the Cowboys. They can't this year. So I wanted to give it to him. I wanted to give it to Steele because, well, penalties. I wanted to give it to. Yeah, there are so many candidates for this. I honestly have to give it to one of two people, and it would be Jerry Jones or Mike McCarthy. Jerry Jones for keeping Mike McCarthy this year because we all know that was a bad idea. Although I do think he kept him, so that I'm hoping so we can get Sean Payton next year.
Because he wants some glory hole days. That's why he kept
He
him.
needs some glory hole days. But I still believe Mike McCarthy is the guy. Mike McCarthy is the one that allows for. Uh, he's the one that just thinks we have to clean up some things like holding, and we have to take care of these things, the little things in the game, and they're big things. We haven't stopped holding forever. I don't know when we had a disciplined team. I can't tell you when the Cowboys weren't one of the most penalized team in the NFL. It's horrible, and
Yeah.
he's the guy behind that. And that's
So
tough. But the players weren't prepared. Who's to blame for that? They were not prepared. The wide receivers, horrible. He's to blame. He's to blame for all of it. So
so
to me, go ahead.
I thought about Jerry Jones too, but I decided we couldn't give it to him because I think he would like it too much.
So I did. I went ahead and gave it to Mike McCarthy.
Wow.
That's not what I meant. But I got great.
There, there he
I
is. He
figured
is
he was ready for it. He's
so
prepared.
he is ready for the glory hole. Yeah.
So
Good.
to me,
Sorry.
that's it. I don't know if you agree, disagree.
I
But
mean,
I can make it official, or you can argue against what I'd said, and we can give it to.
you can make it official. I would have liked Terrence Steele to be in that position, but I mean, like,
In the position at the glory hole.
yes, but like I said, Mike McCarthy, I mean, he is always going to be a deserving candidate. And I guess you're right. When you could give it to everybody, why not give it to the head guy?
Only problem is I
I
think he's going to be like the glory hole king this year.
so I want to go back to Dak here for a minute. You said he looked awful and like he'd never played football before. Even when he ran and did that fake pitch, didn't it look like
I,
you're playing football with your uncle who's 65 and he does this fake pitch and goes, oh, oh, to like a toddler and then like runs, but he has two fake knees. So he's like stiff stepping it and then just falls.
he did look
That's
like he kind of
like,
gave up.
I was like,
I had these
where's
queued up.
your knee? His knees moved so terribly, his legs moved so terribly. That pitch, how did it trick anyone? I was like, oh, fake pitch. That's the slowest fake pitch I've ever seen in my life.
Did we do much RPO at all?
We did I don't know, who knows? Maybe they did a ton of it and we just don't even know. Maybe it's just all run.
Was anyone in the
It
right position? I mean, the whole thing was a disaster.
it was oh, okay. I have this other thing that I heard today. Somebody was saying on maybe ESPN or something, they were saying that Mike McCarthy needs to start calling the plays, but then it came out from him that he doesn't know the terminology.
Mike McCarthy doesn't know the terminology
No,
of the place. Awesome.
he didn't learn the terminology because it's different than what they had in Green Bay, and Jerry Jones was really adamant that we keep Kellen Moore as the offensive coordinator.
So let's say Kellen Moore. I'm going to make him. He's going to get sick for a little bit. We're making the line coach the play caller. Who's going to do the play calling?
A Dak? I
Cal
don't.
in the hospital.
Did he?
I,
Do they call?
I hear you.
Do they call plays?
I maybe that does. Maybe it's maybe just maybe it's Steele. It might be Terrence Steele in there calling the play, and
You
then
know what?
he gives the count, and nobody else hears him say what the count's going to be.
Well, you saw where that linebacker said we knew what the Cowboys were going to do because they did it last year. And it was exactly right. It was the same. Nothing changed from last year. I wonder if they play Madden during the game, if they're playing Madden and
That
they're just, and he's like, that one works, run it. And then that's why when Tony Romo was there, we used to always get those delay of game calls because they weren't as good at Madden as they are now.
that totally makes sense. You know what? They should go to Tecmo Bowl. It'd be a lot simpler. You got like 4 calls.
Yeah, I mean
Huh?
that's what we do anyway.
It
Okay,
it might work.
so what do you think about next week?
I was my. I didn't. Do you think we have a chance?
Well, Cincinnati turned the ball over 5 times
Right.
and went into overtime with Pittsburgh and should have won because they got their extra point blocked. Did you see their receiver though? When Joe Burrow went to throw him the ball and he jumped in the air and then he ducked and the ball went over his head.
Oh no,
Like
I didn't.
the ball was coming towards his face, so he like ducked it.
He'll be a Cowboy soon.
Well, they put in a trade. Oh, wait, before we talk about this game, can we talk about all the rumors going around that face maskless kid from Pittsburgh may be traded to the Cowboys?
What do you mean face maskless kid?
Who's the quarterback from them that got his face mask? Was playing without a face mask?
Oh, crap! I don't remember his name. I could look it up.
Duck Hodges? Not Duck Hodges.
What? Why?
I don't know. They're saying that the Cowboys, because he's like the only available third string quarterback out there, I guess.
We're bringing back Ben DiNucci.
They don't want anyone that can challenge Dak, I guess. What
Right.
they do? What do you think they should?
Well, there was rumor they wanted to trade for a few players out there. Somebody said time to get
Garoppolo.
Kaepernick, or not Kaepernick.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy
But that's
No way.
they're
No, I think that would be a waste of money. But
he makes way too much money, yeah.
exactly. So, yeah, where do you go? I mean, where do you go? You do that in the off season. That goes back to Jerry, but that should have been done. Why don't we do anything in the off season to improve our team? What do we do?
We were because we're really happy about the guys we have.
We can make them win.
But really, Mason Rudolph, that's the kid without the face. Remember when he got his face mask knocked off? And he looked so dumb, like a 1930s player out there, like, hey, where is everybody? That's probably why he was dropping the bomb because he thought he was still in the 30s.
They used him for a while, didn't they? I mean, they had him as their starter for a while, didn't they? When Ben was hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And him or Duck Hodges. So let's talk seriously for just a minute. What should the Cowboys do right now? Should they roll with Andy Dalton? Or what is it? Who do they have?
Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush.
Do they roll? I mean, who's better right now?
What do you
could have done so much better in the offseason, but who's available right now? Nobody. You're not going to get anybody. You're going to grab somebody off someone's practice squad. I'm not a Cooper Rush fan, but
I'm saying I think people from someone's practice squad are better than Cooper Rush. We let him go and no one picked him up. We were so confident that we could cut all of our quarterbacks and no one would touch them that we did.
So when we have a kicker, when we cut a kicker, what happens that week? We bring in 6 kickers on Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Why aren't we bringing in quarterbacks? Why aren't we evaluating talent? I haven't seen anybody is evaluating talent out there.
I have the answer to what we do. We trade for Gardner Minshew.
Oh, that would be awesome. Actually, I could deal with that.
Yeah.
Or we bring Fitzpatrick back.
Yeah.
Bring back Magic. That would be awesome.
I'd be for Fitzpatrick. I'd be for Tony Romo right now. Roll him out there.
I'd be for Brownie.
Nothing. I can't believe that thing exists.
They were so proud of it.
Seriously, I think they should trade for Gardner Minshew.
I could do that.
What would you get him? A 5th-round pick?
The problem is you're going to trade with who for him?
Philly.
Right. You think that's going to happen?
I don't know. Tell them we'll give them both our backup quarterbacks and Terrence
Steele. First-round pick because we have to up our pick if we do.
Steele. Yeah.
And we'll give McCarthy. We'll give him McCarthy also.
We'll be like, we'll give you 2 of our receivers. We'll give you Houston and this white kid that's really good. And they're going to be like, never heard of either one of those people. And then they'll be like, and Dalton Schultz. We'll throw Dalton Schultz in. And they're like, does he still even play for you guys? I didn't even see him out there.
He played. He actually played better than you think.
And
Well, we'll look up numbers. I'll see if I can have numbers ready for you.
if I was Philly,
I know
this is what
it's 2
I
weeks.
would say. If I was Philly and they were like, we really want Gardner Minshew, and what would it take to get him? I would say I'll give him to you for free, on one condition: Mike McCarthy's your head coach for the next 10 years,
Uh, I wouldn't do the
and
trade. I'd
Gardner
rather
Minshew.
waste this year.
Huh?
I'd rather waste this year. I would rather sit
What do you
and
think?
watch us lose every game this year. I would rather be forced to sit and watch McCarthy not know the offensive plays for the rest of the year and watch us just die in total pain.
But what do you think Jerry Jones would do?
Oh, he'd do it. Glory hole. He spent the night. I'm so serious, but he asked me to spend the night.
Yeah.
What a great interview. I spent the night. Yeah. If I spent the night at an interview, my wife would leave me instantly.
And heard the bells, remember? And he heard bells.
Oh, yes. Well, belts. I think there was a
And
T on the end. There was belts. There was a glory hole in that bathroom.
first time, the first time they embraced, he knew from then on magic was about to happen.
Did you
Embraced.
remember these quotes?
Yeah, I mean, Jerry's pretty easy to remember his quotes. Yeah.
It's not difficult. I did put the link to the glory hole.
Which one? Because he's done
In
it twice now.
the main one
The,
gives the 10-year-old one
okay,
in the bottom of the thing. So I did give that. That's in
good.
our links. So they're there. Um, yeah. So this week, since he comes into Dallas,
Yeah.
is there a chance that the Cowboys do anything to make their play any better? Do we even? I mean, why bother practice? We might hurt somebody else. That seems to be the mentality we have. You know what, guys? We've already lost Dak. We're not going to practice this week because I don't want to hurt somebody else. Because you're all solid performers.
This is something I want to talk about real quick. I just remember.
Have our team
Sorry.
on the field. Yes, go ahead.
Why? Why is that? Why did the Cowboys? Let's just think about this for a minute, okay? Tony Romo, hurt all the time. Sean Lee, we get somebody really good on the defense, hurt all the time. DeMarcus Ware, hurt all the time. We get Dak. Dak's impenetrable. He'll never be hurt. Hurt, hurt, hurt. 3 times he's been hurt.
Last year, I
Why
think
are
we only missed one game, right? Year before was a broken ankle.
Yeah, but only one game. How many quarterbacks in the NFL, starting quarterbacks in the NFL, miss one game? Not very many until they're broken down and old. Like only one game. You think Aaron Rodgers is going to miss?
I
You think
argued
Herbert,
this. I've argued this before. I agree.
Van Der Esch, hurt. Tyron Smith, hurt. Then we get some guy with Guillain-Barré syndrome. Travis Frederick, hurt. Like what is it about the Cowboys that their star players get injured so often? Has any team in the NFL had back-to-back quarterbacks miss basically entire seasons? Starting Pro Bowl level quarterbacks. Can you think of any?
I can't. But I can say I think it has a lot to do with conditioning, training staff.
It all started with Camp Cupcake.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
No,
So
it's been a long. I mean, it's been a long time. I guess that was a long time ago.
and then we've lost 4 starters. We've lost 4 starters in our first game.
And when we lose them long time. Long time.
Good thing we played preseason game. Huh?
What's that?
Good thing we didn't play our starters in the preseason.
Yeah,
They would have hurt.
we'd get them back
So,
sooner for them to not
yeah,
do much.
that's what we should do. We should have them play sooner so they get hurt sooner so we get them back sooner.
Play in week 1 of the preseason game. Get hurt, you'll be back by week 2. So
Yeah.
Cincy, we got to get back to Cincy. Cincy, what happens in Cincy? How bad is it? It's not a win. You can't tell me you think we're gonna win.
I'm going to say 24-5.
How do we get 5? Micah Parsons. But we have to. All right, you're saying 24 to 5.
We win 24-5.
We win.
No, I'm just kidding. The Bengals. Bengals 24, Cowboys 5.
So you two were almost gonna double our first week's point.
Well, the defense will get 2 of them, yes. And Maher will miss another field. He'll make one like 54-yarder. I don't even know if we can get
Make
close.
one. He made his only one, and it was right down the middle. I'll give him
And it was like And it's like 51 yards because I don't think we can get close enough to get anything smaller than that. So actually, I'm going to say 24-5, and Maher kicks a 58-yard field goal because that's as close as I think we can get.
I'm gonna go. I'm going 18-6. I think he gets two. I think he gets two field goals. I don't think we get near the end zone. I think that, in fact, I think that one of our two field goals, I'm going to say, is a defensive turnover in their territory. We are going to go backwards from this. This is going to happen because we're going to get the ball on like the 8-yard line on a defensive turnover, and then we're going to go back up to about the 23 with some holding penalties. So and of course we have to do a stupid play that's going to lose yardage. So we'll be back around the 23 for a 40-yard field goal, 41-yard field goal. That's my so it'll be 6 to whatever I said. What did I say? 18 into 6.
I also could see the field goal getting kicked on second down, not because the quarter was, I mean, not because the half was ending, but because like if we lose any more yards, he's not going to be able to make it. We just go ahead and kick it on second down. Kick it now.
All right.
We get a. This is what's going to happen for my field goal. Pass interference penalty on Cincinnati, and it's controversial even because we're like, was that even catchable? Because
We'd have to throw it downfield. They'd have to call a play that goes downfield.
that's what I'm saying. It's we're like, was that even catchable? And doesn't have to go past the line of scrimmage to be
And they just give us extra yards.
but the guy gets tackled way down the field. And somehow we talk him into that's the guy we were throwing it to. All that kind of junk happens. So we get down there to like the 25, and then first down we run a little play. Second down, holding penalty, and so Mike McCarthy's like, just kick it.
I hope Mike McCarthy runs his fat ass out there to kick it. So, all right. So we're talking about Cowboys lose. It's not pretty, and that's the way it ends.
Yes.
All right. I don't know.
Sorry.
Huh?
I'm sorry.
I'm with you. I don't even I've got it closer than you, which is I guess same
Sorry for that too.
Yeah, I think our defense is better than, but I think the Cowboys could be the worst team in the NFL right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every team in our division won, and we've got to play them all before Dak's back.
Yeah. Yep.
So good, excellent. So
All right.
all right,
Well, excited about next week?
no, are you?
Well, no, but hopefully we have something positive to talk about.
We'll be one step closer to Sean Payton.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so next week we'll do it again. That's it.
All right, man.
All right, bud.
Thanks, I guess.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.